seal.
Oh, yeah.
There's like 4 hungry children. Who said yeah? Topher's mom. I don't know your name, but you're Topher's mom. Yeah. It's like 4 hungry children and a crop in the field, and we always thought it was 400 children and a crop in the field, and it was like, that's terrible. Made a perfect country song. So, welcome. The comedians you're going to see are way funnier than I am, for sure. Thank you for those laughs. I would, yes, people that have been here before are like, you're right. So, I want to thank Colonial Life Insurance, who is our sponsor tonight. Give it up. Yeah. Got a little envelope on your chair. That's right. Thanking you for being here. They gave you a free beverage. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. So, Colonial Life, if I fall here, am I covered? John?
If you have a policy with us, yes.
Okay, I don't, but maybe I will. If I have to go out on maternity leave tonight. What's up with that?
If you had a disability policy 9 months ago with us, absolutely.
Oh, because pregnancy is a disability. Thanks, America. It's great to be a woman here. Anyway, better than some places, I guess, I've heard. How great's that beer? Stout Golden Ale. Thank you, Adrian Olmstead, for brewing up that shit. Yeah, so good. How many parents of comedians do we have out here tonight? Yeah. Oh, a few. Okay. So really quickly, your children, they're adults. And I'm just gonna break the seal really quick. You ready? Fuck, shit, damn, cockballs, whatever. So you're gonna hear it. You can blame me for that first, and just.
I got some free beers for whoever cheered loudest for my brother's beer.
Oh! Sorry. Did you guys meet Gwyneth the bartender? Oh, I heard a whistle.
Oh, whistle right here.
Something I'm used to hearing.
There we go.
It's not true.
And I heard one up here.
Where's Pam? Pam Patterson? Pam Patterson's right up there. How's the heat in here? Are you too warm? Are you okay? I heard our fall show was a little too warm for you, Pam, so we live to serve. We'll turn it down a couple notches. Pam probably just needs to drink more. Anyway, maybe Pam needs a free beverage. Do you need a free beverage, Pam?
Yes.
Pam does. Pam Patterson, what are you drinking?
What are we drinking? Stout.
Yay! All right, there you go. Pam. Anyone else in here too warm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad. Get your own damn drink. This is a free show. We don't keep the lights on by giving free shit away, you guys. All you ever do is take. Speaking of taking, we hope that you take some laughs away from you tonight. We have a whole slew of new comedians ready for you. Are you guys ready for them? Yes. I'm ready for them. And that's not the 2 beverages talking. The stout, actually, here's a little tip. The stout and the golden ale, if you drink one and then another, like get two of those and drink the golden and then the stout back and forth, it's really good after you finish both. It's really amazing. So you guys, I have the pleasure of introducing our comedians tonight and filling in while they take pee breaks and all that kind of stuff. Not that they do, but I'm just saying, sometimes they do. But I get the pleasure of introducing our very first comedian. He is not only a comedian, he is the founder and janitor of Farm2Table Comedy. Oh, little giggles. He has a mole on his butt. He really does. And I know that for a fact. I don't have photo evidence. I have photo evidence. You know what I'm saying, Pam? Pam knows what's up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Geoffrey James Neill.
Hey, everybody! Farm2Table! What's up? You guys ready for a little comedy?
Yeah, I do have a mole on my butt. There you go. You know that now. It's like, I don't know, email. No, it's not. Okay, so I pay for my daughter to have private education. And that means I also drive for Uber. Because during the day I'm a designer for an ad agency, and that so I work from home, and I actually really don't like interact with people during the day. So I thought I told my wife, I'm like, I think I'm gonna drive for Uber, and she's like, why? And I was like, well, I want to connect with strangers. And she's like, get a gym membership. And so I got certified, and I got the little patches for the front and the back, the Uber, and my wife, she's like, can I take these off? And I was like, I actually don't think you can. They said that the back is mildly tacky. And she agreed. And I thought I'd practice my comedy in a funny car, and it sometimes works, but mostly people are just they feel sorry for me. They're like, oh, here's $5, sorry about the camping trip, And so, so I've met a lot of people at 1 a.m. on a Saturday night, and there's all sorts of types of people. There's all business guy that, he's, in the back seat, and just, treats me like the help. And, on his phone, one word answer, yeah, just turn here. Yeah. And then there's the overcrowded group, and they have decided to make the car into a clown car. They're like, we don't need seatbelts, no. And then who I love is drunk best friend. Drunk best friend. They come in, they're like, I'm so thankful for you picking me up. I love this shared economy. And I put on any music, and they're like, turn it up, woo! They're like, I love Justin Timberlake even before he was in NSYNC. And so my connections with strangers because of Uber have blossomed. And so next month I am getting a gym membership. But I've learned some Uber tricks. I've learned one of the things I like to do is transform the people, the music. To fit the ride. Ooh, can we get a little boom going on? Boom, And for instance, I get the people some teachers in the car, and they're like, ooh, yeah, some teachers out there. And so I turn it, because they want to talk, I turn it to classical. No? Well, some teachers, I don't know. And it just suits the right, but I also know that drunk best friend always loves Z100. Z100, except for this one time. I was driving drunk best friend, and what came on Z100 was Adele, but it was as techno. Like a techno hit, And and we didn't know what to do. So I turned it up, and all the way home we just danced and cried. Hello from the other, So my daughter, she is 6, and she's become the language police. And yeah, and she's like, pull over. And like we try not to say like, oh my God, in our house, and also like they're so stupid. We try not to say that. But they get said. It gets said, and like when it gets said, like she gasps for air. Like that's her little shame on you. You know, it's like, you know, and it's like a Southern debutante. Like I do declare. And you know, these words are everywhere, and like if like she goes out with her aunt, she's like hyperventilating. She's like, and it would be cruel if there wasn't like some benefit associated with it. Like one of the things I told her, I was like, you know, when teenagers say the word annoying, you know, they're actually saying a bad word because they're usually calling somebody a name. They're like, you know, that's so annoying. You're annoying. You know, that's annoying. And now that she knows that, she's decided to not watch Disney Channel. Win-win. So around like 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock, my daughter becomes the devil. And you know, I've seen devil children before, you know, and I feel like I've lucked out because, you know, my child is still like take out in public evil. Like, you know, you can still, and she comes at it naturally because I was once the devil too, you know, but they couldn't take me out. No, they like, you know, because that was where I would gain my power. You know, like, gather round, all of Safeway. I will now throw a fit on this floor like no other. You know, and my mom would do everything to kind of get me up, and you know, like, and one time, like she's like, Geoffrey, you're embarrassing yourself, and I stopped mid-fit. You know, I'm like, no, Mom, I'm embarrassing you. Yeah, and I didn't do the maniacal laughter, but you know, I mean, it was amazing that I like lived through childhood. And but my daughter, she's a lot smarter than me. Like she, you know, if she did that, she would know I would be incarcerated. And but you know, but she does better things. She's like a lot smarter. What she does is she basically reaches inside my brain and begins to squeeze. You know, and like for instance, the other day, what happened was she walked by and the back of my neck hairs prickled up, and I was like, oh shit, it's 4 o'clock. Where the fuck are those goldfish crackers? I need to shove them into her mouth. And I'm gonna pay. It's too late because she was already looking at me with eyebrows, like, you know, and like, and she's like, Daddy, I know all of the bad words. And I'm like, I know I'm in for it, but I'm like, well, what are they? You know, I just play along, and she's like, I can't tell you, but I want you to know that I know them. You know, I want to know, but I don't want to know. And, you know, but the mosquito has bitten and the itch would feel so nice. So I'm like, well, I don't think you know all of the bad words. And she smiles and begins. She's like, there's the A word, the B word, the H word, and the S word. Like, I start to get nervous. I'm like, I want to switch it up. Who's telling you these words? But she just continues. She's like, the F word. Like, hey now. Whoa. And then she's like, the SH word. I'm like, what? I'm like, if you know the... She just smiles. I'm like, if you know the SH word, what's the S word? And she's like, Daddy, it looks like I know more bad words than you. And she still holds it over me. I don't know what the S word is. So, yeah, don't know. That's awful. So my daughter, she was playing with her 3-year-old cousin Emerson, and they were having a dance party, you know, and they you know, but 6-year-old, she likes Nicki Minaj, which I think like promotes a healthy body image. But Emerson, he's more of like into Coldplay. So the dance was both schizophrenic and upsetting. Like a Super Bowl halftime. And so my daughter, she tries to take control as DJ, which made Emerson mad, and she, you know, so I separated them just in time. I'm like, Betty Lou, gotta share the phone. Emerson, you need to not try to gouge out Betty Lou's eye with the block. And that, like, you know, kind of upset him. He recovered, and, you know, he came to me, he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh yeah, that's all right. We're doing a dance party, it's good, you know, boom. And it's like the 80s dance. He's like, but he like takes it to the next level. He's like, I'm sorry for breaking your heart. And I'm like, oh, buddy, thanks. But, you know, but we're good, we got it, it's cool. He's like, I'm sorry for everything I've done. Here's the block back, here. And then he says something weird. He's like, when I call, you're never at home. What? Hello? Then I get it. I'm like, Emerson, are you quoting Adele? Quoting the Hello song from Adele. You know, I gave him the block and everything, and he was playing me like an Adele fiddle, you know. So, yeah, so I had an idea. I was like, all right, you guys, here it is. I got some tissues, and then I turned it to Z100, and when techno Adele came on, we just danced and cried.